Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see from the title, I'm very excited to discuss how Kim Hellberg has transformed Middlesbrough. And I was going to do a video on my own about this, but I thought I'd get a real expert in the room. So, welcome back to the channel, Jonny from Boro Breakdown. Jonny, how are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm good, Simon. I'm really like over the moon at the moment with Kim Hellberg. I remember we spoke before. I'm just like, and you want to speak to Gab? Are you drinking the Kool-Aid yet? Are you drinking the Kool-Aid? I've been like, no, not yet. But like since Hellberg's came in, I'm all in. I'm bathing in a ditch. Like I'm in love with Kim Hellberg ball. It's great. So yeah, really good on my side. How about you?
Yeah, very good, mate. Very good. Getting a little bit angsty at the top of the league, given there's a team that can't stop winning in second at the minute. But that's what we're here to talk about anyway. Middlesbrough obviously lost Rob Edwards to Wolves earlier in the season and brought in Kim Hellberg. And there was a feeling that it seemed like it could be an upgrade, but we wouldn't know until we actually saw it pan out on paper almost and on the pitch at the Riverside. 4 wins from 4. He's just getting everything right. But what specifically have you been impressed with Hellberg?
The lot. The lot. Everything. Look, he's done one really simple thing which has worked very, very well. He's looked at what he's got, he's built a system which suits the players and give them the freedom to deliver it. That in a nutshell is pretty much what he's done. Now there were multiple layers and we could dissect like different parts of the game of what he started to implement. I think the biggest takeout really is just Middlesbrough and now back to a side who are creative in front of goal. Under Rob Edwards, it was like this team just solely focused on defensive or fitness work. And we
Mm.
lost all patterns of play going forward. And we weren't creating chances. And what was happening was when Middlesbrough were building up, they were playing it from side to side, like horseshoeing it around the back, and then trying to find a 10 or trying to find someone to run in behind and then create a moment from nothing. And that was so opposite to what Michael Carrick's Middlesbrough was about.
Mm.
More intricate play, creating overloads, and getting the ball in the right area to create the chance. We've kind of reverted back to that, and it's working really well so far. But I would love to, yeah, uncover quite a few things in the shorter day.
Absolutely. And I think I got a bit of a stick a bit of stick at the start of the season for saying that Michael Carrick was a better manager than Rob Edwards, and I wasn't sure about that managerial change. And then obviously he was second in the league or whatever when he ended up leaving. I think Borough fans deserve attacking football. I think that's kind of what the club, for me, from an outside perspective, is known
Mm.
for. Some quite exciting attacking players. You look at Morgan Whittaker, you look at Strelick, you look at Tommy Conway, Hayden Hackney in midfield. It seems like he's playing quite a narrow formation specifically now and just putting all his attacking players on the pitch and it's working. But it's not like he's just throwing them on there. There's a bit of system and knowledge behind it as well.
Yeah, the system. If you were looking at it from the start, you would say this is a 4-4-4-2-2-2 system.
There you
I
go.
always say the extra two. It's so difficult not to. The 4-2-2. It looks like that on paper, but when you really dissect the play on the ball, it's very different. You see one of the centre backs drop into the centre mid. Sorry, drop the into defense. You create the three, and then Hackney will sit in the middle. So it's like a nice little diamond. So a team doesn't know when to press. And if they do press a bit aggressively and bore a player through, you've got four players in between the lines of the midfield and the opposition defence. They're two of your wing backs and your two tens. So if the Boro do play through, you've got a 6v4 with your two centre forwards. And then if you play the ball up wide, you've got players in the box. But then the other part is you're getting people running back the wrong goal. And it's really simple, but it's really clever. And the Queen's Park Rangers on Saturday just didn't know what to do in terms of that press. Burrell and Corney were very much like, okay, we'll try and press the centre backs. Okay, but now was the third man, and now Hackney's in front of us in the midfield. They didn't know when to press Hackney, so then Hackney had loads of time to run forward, play the ball through, and David Strelick was yes, he was marginally offside, but end up scoring. So for me, that system, yes, it's getting the players in the right position, but also it's how do you unlock different things. So on the transition, one of the big things under Matt Carrick was that Borough, when they were calling a transition, they couldn't really pin a team in. With Hellberg, it looks like our fullbacks, when we lose a ball, everyone it's like compresses together. So it's really difficult to get out, and then Boro swarm you, get the ball back, and then get themselves in a really good position to create a chance. So chance creation is very different as well. Under Edwards, it was very much okay, down the sides, crossing the box. Tommy Conway was the only person in the box. No one got any headers, and everyone was like just smashing my head against the wall like constantly at the match. I'm like, why am I watching this? But there's three ways to get around a team: play through someone, play over someone, play around someone. Boro doing all three under Hellberg, and it's a very free type of attacking football, which I feel like I'm massively overselling now. And we'll get beat off Bristol City and get hammered. But so far, we've had a really nice blend of all three, and Boro creating chances for fun. But that system, 3-1-4-2 in possession, a flat 4-4-2 out of possession, and it's working really well at the minute.
It's very interesting indeed, isn't it? And those little tweaks that you mentioned about if you watch them every week as you do. The question we're going to answer right at the end of the show, by the way, is where do we think Boro can finish this season and whether they will get automatic promotion? So that's the question I'm putting to you. Get in the comments down below, like and subscribe while you're there. Predict where you think Boro will finish this season. Jonny, I'm getting your answer to that at the end of the show. I want to talk a bit about Callum Brittain and the fullbacks / wing backs as well, because Brittain is fantastic on what a signing he's been this season. How does it work for him in this system? You mentioned it's a three. What did you end up saying? A 3-1-4-2? Yeah,
Yeah.
Get my numbers confused like you did. Him, he's such a key asset for Middlesbrough this season in terms of his attacking play. Is Hellberg getting the best out of him specifically?
Yeah, 100%. You know, and when we signed him, he was regarded as probably arguably one of the best right backs in the division, really. How he's playing in this system, yeah. So when one of your centre mids drop in, they pretty much split the two centre backs, and then your full backs really bomb on. And we're allowing to get his strengths out, because I would say Callum Brittain's biggest strength really is probably his balls in the box, or and I think his delivery and his technique's really strong. But that's just my opinion. People might say, Jonny, I completely disagree with that. But that's just for me. I think that is arguably his biggest strength. His biggest weakness for me is, I would say, probably 1v1 defending. Probably could be a little bit better, but it's not like the worst thing in the world. I think what Hellberg's doing is building on a foundation with a five at the back, because that's what Boro were looking to play this year. And historically, we've been playing that 3-2-5 under Carrick. So we've always tried to push one wing back forward. Giles was a couple of years ago, and now we're doing it on the opposite side with Brittain.
You wish you still had Giles this season?
I mean, if you've been watching Alex Bangura, I don't think he gets in, to be honest. Honestly,
Matt Targett as well. What a player he's been, by the way.
Yeah, and Target's been great too. I think with Matt Target, obviously, like in the back of your mind, you've always got to think this guy is earning 100 grand a week at Newcastle, and we're paying probably a good chunk of that. So I hope he's good for 100 grand a week. But he's been great. Like his Matt Target's delivery from set pieces are great. It was nice at the weekend when we did drop Bangura to the bench, because it was his first run of games for nearly 2 years because of his injuries. It was nice to how we utilized him with the big switches, getting playing through the lines. It was really nice and effective. It was the same with Brittain on the other side too. But for me, Alex Bangura, wow, his recovery runs pace is exceptional. He's been getting down the byline, laying the ball back, getting the good areas, and it just creates a different dimension to Boro's play and adds a bit of pace to the attack, because if Boro playing quite centrally, you do need to stretch the game. And the likes of Banker and Brittain are really doing that for Boro at the moment. And it's allowing them to create chances and also create space for the likes of McGree and for Whitaker to do some damage in the middle.
Well, you brought me nicely onto those two then. I think we should probably talk about them next. Morgan Whitaker, we've had many conversations about in the past, signing from Plymouth, bit disappointing, hefty fee, 5 million quid, didn't really take off. Last few weeks, it's certainly clicked in front of goal for him, hasn't he? Even scored against Coventry. Why is he playing better under Kim Hellberg than he did under both Rob Edwards and probably Michael Carrick last year as well?
Yeah, I think with Carrick, bit of like a free pass because new club, new environment, team aren't playing well, or have lost really key outlets in Elaf, Ben Duck, the two, and then you've also got no defense behind you because everyone was injured. Under Edwards, it was none of the attacking players were playing well. You could clearly see that things weren't getting worked on. And then with Hellberg and what I've said on our show, I think the best way to get the most out of Morgan Whittaker is play through him, constantly keep feeding him the ball because 5 times out of 10 he's going to probably make the wrong pass, but the 5 times that he does make it good, something's going to happen and you're going to create a good opportunity from it. And put him on his left foot in front of goal, you would see like something's going to happen, and then that just naturally builds confidence. I would say Edwards did really well at protecting him because he was getting a lot of stick from Boro fans. He could have done more as well from on the pitch stuff, but he didn't. With Hellberg, yeah, like I said, we found a way to put him in the right position on the pitch, which makes him most effective. His most effective space is that half space, cutting in and whipping a ball into the back of the net. Now that he's already in that position, because Britain's providing the width, it makes it a little bit easier, and he's got the space and the time to make the right decision more often. 6 and 6, he's full of confidence. You can definitely see why we've bought him now because it's all coming through. He's megging people now. He's taking people on. He's tracking back a lot more, and it's brilliant to see. But you've just got to keep feeding him the ball. He's very hot and cold, Morgan Whittaker. I think if he doesn't touch the ball for a longer period of time, I feel like he just cuts adrift from the game and floats away into the distance. So if you just keep him, you just constantly got to keep him occupied there. But it's the other side for me in Riley McGree, who is just wonderful. Like, is genuinely wonderful to watch. Like, he turns very well in the half space, always elegant on the ball. Sometimes plays the ball behind the forward a bit too much for my liking. Again, stop moaning. But I would say he's arguably Boro's best player, Riley McGree, outside of Hackney. It just blows my mind that he's not been picked up by a club in the Premier League yet, probably because of his injuries, to be honest. But yeah, really big player for us.
Not quite as big as Hayden Hackney, who I think is the best player in the Championship. I'm sure you'll agree with me on that. Despite Coventry sitting top of the league and scoring 1 million goals this season, I think Hackney's just unreal. Even when we beat you 4-2 and played you at the Riverside, just the way he controls play, drives the passes forward. He got the assist, didn't he, for Strelic at the weekend as well? He played the ball through. Just stunning. It feels like when you're describing the new formation, it feels like he could be isolated in the middle on his own. I'm presuming you're going to tell me that's not the case when it pans out in reality.
No, he's not really. I think you would definitely say if it's a 3-1 in possession, obviously you've got your 2 10s and then your fullbacks outside of that. It promotes his biggest strength because you do have to play through him, or that one position. It will rotate. So Brown could be in there, Hackney could be in there, McGree sometimes drops in. I think it's just the principle of having that one player to create that 4v2 to build out. But I think this system allows him to really drive the ball forward. And remember last year, wasn't it like progressive? Was it not progressive runs? There was some stat where he was like, I was absolutely off into the distance for, and it's driving me insane that I can't remember it. But it was basically for the amount of like driving the ball forward. That was what it was for. And it's just giving him the ability to do that again. And that's his biggest strength. And if you can show that and highlight that even more, that will always hide some sort of weakness to his game, which could be the defensive output. He does a lot of stupid things, naive things that you want to improve on. But he's not isolated. It's very controlled. It's not chaotic. It's just a lot of manipulation around numbers, really. It's just like, can we overload one area of the pitch? Can we maybe like create something there? So yeah, it's the way I've been probably describing it. People are thinking, well, this is just chaotic football, and this is not going to work against like a Bristol City or a Cov. But I think it probably will because of just how controlled it is. That on Saturday was probably the best performance I've seen a Boro team play in a long time on the first half. But yeah, for me, Hackney, yeah, just it's just allowing him the space to really drive the ball forward.
Yeah, Luke Ayling's an interesting one as well, who will come to defence. In terms of defensively under Hellberg, obviously the attack's getting all the headlines, he's scoring a decent number of goals.
Mm.
Are you solid defensively? Do you feel you can be got at? Ayling is, from an outside perspective, playing centre back more than right back, and coming from Leeds and done quite well, got great experience.
Mm.
I still think this Boro team is there to be got at. Am I wrong?
Yes, they've always been fragile defensively. We have been for about 4 years. Yeah, look, that ball over the top for me is always on. Like we've seen it with Adjaman at Derby, bit of pace, getting in behind, slots the ball back in the net. Boro 1-0 down in Hellberg's first game to much higher line than we have done under Edwards, because we want to be a bit more aggressive. I think for a little bit longer, this next couple of weeks will be interesting because we have been solid. Ayling is playing centre back and has been great there. Everyone knows in football, when you're a winger and you lose your legs, you go in central and you tend to get another year or two out yourself. That's what he's pretty much done. He's playing there really because we've had injuries, because Dale Fry's still injured. Darrell Lenihan, it looks like he just may have to retire, unfortunately. George Edmondson has been injured as well. So he's had to play there. He's had to play there for most of the season. We played a 3 at the back under Edwards, but under this, it's a bit different. But Adilson Malanda comes in from Charlotte in January. Very, very pacey. Really good distribution. Really good with his feet. So, and we've paid £6 million for him as well. So there's a big ambition for him to come in and take his position, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that will nullify probably one of Boro's biggest weaknesses, and that's that ball over the top. So, yeah, but he's played well, Luke Ayling. I think he's some Boro fans' favourite player this year, and rightfully so. He has turned a lot of heads this year of how good he's been, incomparable to the previous year, where people were like, "Yeah, this guy's finished."
The last thing I want to ask you about really is Sver Naipan. He's not getting too many minutes at Borough right now. He has a lot of talent, obviously a lot of potential. I even saw a story that he might be getting recalled and loaned out somewhere else. What's going on with him? Can Hellberg get him in the team somehow? Does he even deserve to get in the team right now?
Good player, just unfortunately has players in front of him at the moment who are playing well. That's as simple as that, to be honest. There is talent there. He needs time to develop. It's a new country. He's still only 18, 19-year-old. So he does need minutes, but he also needs an environment as well. I think the environment of being in England, training with different teams, training at different intensities, training with a different coach, that will always benefit his game. It's very much like street football in the Nordics. So it's all about technical ability, but I think it's that physical aspect of it, which I think he's just still getting a little bit used to. But you can see he's got spades of talent, and if he had a run of games in this division, he would run the show. Unfortunately, it's just you've got Morgan Whitaker scoring 6 and 6. Riley McGree's got 2 and 3, and is very, very well equipped in this division. So it's been a shame, really, because I would love to see more of him, and I think there's so much talent there. And just unfortunately, he just hasn't got a look in yet.
Actually, I do have another question for you. Which Premier League club is Kim Hellberg going to leave Borough for?
And
how long is it going to take? A couple of months?
Yeah.
I've never seen you this happy, Johnny. You've got to get brought back to earth soon, surely.
Oh no, I'm fully aware that Bristol City will beat us at the weekend, and I'll be brought back to earth. Don't you worry. In a few weeks' time, I'll be mourning again. But yeah, look, honestly, I could see him at like a Brighton. I could see him at a Fulham. I could just at a Bournemouth as well. I could see him going. Not now. He won't probably do Edwards, but yeah, those are probably the clubs that I think he'll go at next. That are very niche type management. Very niche. Yeah.
The thing is, we're going to be in the Premier League together, Coventry and Borough together forever, first and second.
I honestly we can't be separated, mate. We can't be separated. It's lovely. I mean, if we're on the Sportsman together now, we're on this show together. Our teams be in the same division now. Me and we want to do it together with Gab and Ollie. So yeah, it's all going together for me and you at the moment. So it's great. Honestly, it'd be a match made in heaven if us two went up. It'd be so good. It's just like such a good love story, isn't it?
I know, it really is. We could hold hands on the overlap as well next year. Jamie
Yeah.
Carragher and Gary Neville. Yeah, bring it on. We must come to this, though. I did a video a couple of weeks ago saying I thought the big four in the Championship this season were Cov, Ipswich, Southampton, and Birmingham in terms of how I thought the season would progress because Hellberg had only just come in. There were too many question marks.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough are now well in that four, well in contention to finish in the top four, I think. What are you thinking now? Automatic promotion, is it on? You have to say it's on, right? Look at the gap that Cov and Boro are putting between themselves and the other teams.
But it can quickly go, right? Because I think you guys were what, 10 points adrift
Yeah.
at the start of the week, and then we dropped down to 5, wasn't it? So is it 5? Yeah, it's 5, yeah.
It's 5 between us two, but we've got 12
yeah.
points on third, which is all that really matters, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, so much can change, and like I would love to be really optimistic. But I would agree with your sentiment that Boro were not going to go up under Rob Edwards, and there was a lot of nervousness around Kim Hellberg coming in. So regression is a very natural way to think about it. He's came in and done very well. There's still going to be sticky patches. There's been so much content, so much eyes on Hellberg since he's came in now. So I think teams will pick up on quite a lot of what he's doing. But it'll change again. It's not his style. Like he's even said, like I've played in a system which suits my players right now, but this is not what I want to get to. So there will be changes as we go. But am I confident we'll get automatics? I have to say yes for now, but I'm still very nervous. Like I have to ask me in May on the final day.
You think you're nervy? Everyone's been telling me Cov have won the league for the last 3 months. I'm just like, whoa, calm down. But I'm on board now. I think we're going to get promoted. I think Boro are well in the conversation to do it as well.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be a very big fumble now if we both didn't at least make it in the playoffs, or at least
I'll see you at Wembley.
See at Wembley. That would be a match made in there, and honestly, shootout. But then we both lose. But yeah, it's like I'm watching Ipswich right now. I'm watching Southampton. They look good at the minute. I think Sheffield United will do a big run towards the back end of the season as well. So I'll keep an eye on them. Watford look good in spells, but I don't think Javi Gracia is the right manager to take them forward.
There's a big gap between those teams you're talking about, though, and where Boro are at right now.
Yeah, but anything can happen in this division, can't it? That's what drives you a little bit insane. But yeah, even Birmingham are like, well, look, all right, don't they? But they're just not there yet either. So it's such a great division this year. I love it. I think it's great to see the likes of Millwall up there, Preston as well. There's like so many good teams, like just all like coming together. Been great. It's been great, but Boro have just been better so far. But I'm so glad Edwards has gone. I think Edwards is like, I was very much in a place of I just need this manager to just regress. But then Wolves came and paid us 3 million, and now we have Kim Hellberg and we're flying. So
you've won the lottery.
It's a bonus.
Won the lottery in the managerial lottery, really. And great recruitment, by the way. Credit to everyone at Boro who bought Hellberg in and scouted him. Obviously, a bit of an unknown manager from these shores. Could have gone for someone a lot more reliable in the English game, but it looks like a gamble that's paid off, and Wolves have helped you out slightly. Are you enjoying watching Edwards lose every single week?
The hate watch has been phenomenal. Like, honest to God, I even celebrated Gabriel Jesus' header the other day. I was watching it, typing my podcast notes, and I watched it when I was went, proper buzzing. But yeah, it's a nice little hate watch at the moment. I don't hate Wolves. I just, I don't even hate Edwards. I'm kind of glad he's gone. Yeah. So, but it's been good. It's been great watching that hate watch.
Completely justified, I think. Thank you very much, Jonny from Boro Breakdown. Check out his podcast if you haven't already. Get in your comments down below. Do you agree with Jonny? Boro going to finish in the top 2 this season? I think they've got every single chance. Please do like and subscribe. We're climbing towards 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully, I said before Christmas, but I don't think that's going to happen. So maybe before the end of the year. Let's go for that instead. I'll be back soon with another video. Thank you very much for watching.